this method of 1 by 10 applied in the month of Ramadan in the sense that fasting 1 month will earn you 10 months. That's the minimum. If fasting 1 month, if we follow the normal method, fasting 1 month will change into 10 months. Now 60 days, each day will change to 10 days. And 10 by 6 is 60 days. In other words, fasting 60 days will multiply to 2 months. So you fast 1 month, which multiplies into 10 months. You added 6 days, multiply to 2 months, so eventually you get 12 months, not so?
Yeah.
That is why they said if you fast in the month of, if you complete fasting Ramadan, and then after you add 6 days, whether you do it continuously or you do it in a different way, you are going to be given the reward of somebody who fasted a whole year.
So it means even you'll be eating.
You'll be eating.
You have the reward of someone
fasting a whole year. Yeah, you'll be eating very well. You know very well. You see how relaxed you were when you break from Ramadan. I can see some of our cousins are still dragging their feet. They have not yet tried the 60 days, but are still enjoying the food. You feel very relaxed because you are restricted. But if you try to put up new effort to fast 6 days, whether you do them continuously or you do them, intervally, you get the same reward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful, God is merciful, and Allah is very kind to us. So there are 2 things here, Abu Bakr. One, the activities that we do during the month of Ramadan, the method of reward changes from 1 by 10 to unknown figures. But the month itself, the same method will apply in the sense that the month will multiply into 10 months. And the 6 days also, the same method will apply in the sense that the 6 days will multiply to 60 days, which is 2 months. Yeah. And this is the meaning of the hadith, which says that if you fast a whole Ramadan and then you add 6 days, you are rewarded as if you have fasted for 1 full year.
Okay. Doctor, concerning the debts, we have some people who went into Ramadan.
Liabilities, yeah.
Came out with liabilities.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, these are people who also want to fast.
Yeah, 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah.
But do you have to pay the debts first before you fast the 6 days? No. Or you can fast the 6 days and later pay the debts? Which one is happening?
You know, strictly speaking, going by the standards of the rules of Islamic law, the arrears, the days that you missed, those are mandatory. The 6 days are not mandatory. There are, if you find yourself in a situation where there are two sets of duties in front of you, one is mandatory and the other one is optional. So naturally, you are told to start with the mandatory ones because they are mandatory. So that is why the advice is that those of us that owe days, let's first of all settle them first. And the earlier you do, the better. Shaitan is still recovering. Yeah. But if you allow Shaitan time until the end of Shawwal, Zil Hijjah, Zil Qa'dah, or Zil Hijjah up to, Shaitan will be back to normal. And it will be very difficult for you to catch up again. So it is therefore advisable for those of us that owe some days, that let's settle those days that we missed first, then we fast the 6 days. Unless something happened. Like if, let's say for instance, something happened that immediately after Ramadan, the person could neither fast 6 days, nor could he or she pay or settle the liabilities up to, let's say, almost 6 days before the end of Shawwal. If it happens this way, that something happened to you that you could not fast up to almost 6 days before the end of Shawwal. Now, if you don't pay the 6 days, then you are going to miss it for that year. You understand that in this case, it will be advisable for you to fast the 6 days, so that because at the end of Shawwal, these Shawwals, they are time bound. The 6 days are time bound.
They're time bound.
They're within the month of Shawwal. They cannot be. They are not.
So it's not throughout the year.
No. Man sama Ramadan wa arba sitten min Shawwal. You understand Shawwal? Yeah. So in this case, it will be advisable that you fast the 6 days because you have only 6 days to go. Then after you can. Because the days that one owes can be settled anytime. But in order to go with the normal rules of Sharia, if there is no excuse, nothing happened, the advice we're giving is that settle the debt first, then you come for the 6 days. So there is this confusion and misunderstanding. Or some of them will think that you can do them together. There's nothing like doing 2 different obligations.
That's my other question. Yeah. It happened to me. Yeah. Actually, I intended to fast on Monday.
Yeah.
for the routine Monday and Thursday, and it occurred to me that whilst I'm doing this other one, because I fasted on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. So I said, why can't I intend 2 of them and do them, at once? Like, for example, if you have to do Jumu'ah prayer and you have Janaba at the same night, you can combine it. I was saying, can that be applicable? Even though I didn't intend the Shawwal in that one, but it's confusing to me actually.
Because you owe some days.
I don't owe any day.
Okay. No.
I was doing the routine Monday and Thursday.
Yeah, I understand. No, for that one, Allah is merciful. There's no doubt that you can be rewarded for both at the same time because...
you're going to join the 2 in one.
No, because here, the difference is that the 6 days are very specific. They are time-bound, and they're also very specific, and they're specifically singled out by the hadith that you have just cited. Unlike the 6 days, the Mondays and Thursdays of every week, you understand, and if, by coincidence, if like while you're fasting the 6 days, some of these 6 days happen to be Thursdays and Mondays, you could be rewarded at the same time. Yeah, but this is a different thing. Because
that's my confusion. Whether you will have the reward and what do you have the intent? Do you have the intent?
No, intent for the 6 days.
Okay.
You don't have, no, you just intent for the 6 days. But the fact that you 6 days coincide Thursdays and Mondays, by the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you could be rewarded. That's what I mean. Intention.
That's my problem.
In the area of ibadat, intention is critical. Intention has to be very clear. It has to be very specific. It has to be focused. You cannot combine, do different things sometimes, or confuse different things together and make them and constitute them into one act of ibadah. So intention is a very critical element when it comes to the worshiping God or devotional matters. Okay. So therefore you have to be, you are fasting 6 days, later your intention will be 6 days. You are settling days that you owe during the month of Ramadan, make your intention reflect what you are there for.
So it should be done independently. That's
exactly. It should be done independently, and the intention must be specifically clear about what you are doing. Yes.
Okay. Some people have already done the 6 days.
Yes. And
you've been saying that fasting is very important physically, morally, spiritually, and all whatnot. Now, do you encourage them? Do you indulge them to continue on the Thursdays and the 13, 14, 15? What relevance do they have?
You know, like you have just mentioned it. Fasting is a very unique form of worship. It carries a lot of reward. It has so many benefits: health, psychological health, religious or spiritual, financial, economic. The benefits are many. But again, at the same time, it's a very strenuous exercise. It takes a lot of energy out of you. And that is why many of us, the only time we don't have chance is when Ramadan comes. For that one, we make sure we fast. But even after Ramadan, we don't go back to it. But it's a way of disciplining ourselves. So as a way of disciplining ourselves and as a way of making ourselves familiar with the act of fasting, it is always advisable that we continue this fasting of Thursdays and Mondays of every week, or the 3 days of every month, or both. You understand? But it's highly recommendable that because if you continue doing it, you continue to discipline yourself. You understand?
And you have more reward?
Of course. The objective, the basic objective is to be rewarded by God. You are doing it not for the sake of disciplining yourself, but for the sake of, it's an act of ibadah, worship. You understand? You want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward you. That's the intention. But because the act itself is a very difficult exercise, it's not easy for many of us. We need to be always, particularly spiritually and physically, well prepared for it. And I can assure you, that's the only way that you can make yourself familiar with fasting. Nobody is so special or
doesn't feel hunger.
You don't feel hunger, you don't feel thirst, or you know, sometimes some people tell, oh, for me, I can spend 12 hours without eating. But make sure that you don't make it 24 hours. If you go 24 hours, you'll be in trouble. So it is a very, very difficult exercise, and that is why it is richly rewarded, and we need to